A teen killer now wants to become an author. Robert Austin was 16 years old when he teamed up with two others and killed an elderly man in Ogden. Now he wants out of prison. Behind every crime, there's a story, and the truth matters. Here's ABC4's senior crime and punishment correspondent, Marcos Ortiz, with the Justic Files.
In his life, Robert Austin has spent more time in prison than on the outside. But after 23 years behind bars, he's telling the parole board he's ready to rejoin society.
I was only 16 and I didn't think about it.
When he and a friend walked into Edward Anderson's home in 1996 to rob him, it turned into a murder. Austin was one of the youngest ever to go to prison. 24-year-old Michael Munson was also sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole. Now 38 years old, Austin is a grown man and a convicted killer who says he's no longer that 16-year-old and is anxious to get out.
The first thing I'm going to do is get at least a part-time job.
Austin says he's been reformed while in prison and is still waiting to enter a drug treatment program. As a 16-year-old, he says that's what drove him to murder.
I didn't go into this trying to hurt someone. I was a kid and high, and all I wanted was to get more money. I can't make excuses for what I did.
Over the past 2 decades, Austin says he stayed out of trouble in an attempt to become a better person, and he hopes to someday get his book published.
My main goal and focus right now is to get all the books that I've wrote over the years. I want to get them published, and I've had a hard time doing that because I can't get them typed.
He says it's not about the crime he and Munson committed, but it's fiction. What's real, though, is his allegiance to a white supremacist prison gang and once having a shank in his cell. But he says the shank was for protection because in maximum security, he's surrounded by hardened criminals. Now, the teen killer feels he's ready to get back into society.
As long as I'm busy, as long as I'm doing what I feel I need to do, then I'm going to adjust to society pretty easy.
His hearing officer says Austin still needs to go through a drug treatment program, but the entire Board of Pardons will soon let this grown man know if freedom is in his near future. For the Justic Files, Marcos Ortiz, ABC4 News.